If you've recently spent $400, $500, or even $600 on a new bow sight, by the end of this video, you're probably going to be wondering where your money went. Today, we're going to talk about a sight that's less than $250, but is jam-packed with features. It's been long overdue for me to upgrade the sight on this Mission MXR. Since I bought the bow, I've been running the same basic sight that came on it when I bought the bow with the Ready to Hunt package. And it's not like I haven't wanted to upgrade, it's just that the sights that were affordable looked like junk, and the expensive sights cost more than the bow does. So about a year ago at the last ATA show, Trophy Ridge introduced their new line of sight. They dropped a couple videos, and then we haven't heard anything about them since. I watched the videos, thought the sight looked awesome, jumped online, and they weren't available anywhere. Nobody had them to sell. So I've been waiting and waiting, and it finally popped up. I found one online, and so I bought a Trophy Ridge SWFT Duo. The thing about this sight is it way outpaces the reputation of Trophy Ridge. Alright, I pulled this off the bow so we can get a nice close look of the SWFT Duo. So we're just going to work this sight from back to front. First off, the frame is all aluminum and magnesium. No plastic in the frame. You've got mounting holes for your quiver. You got 3 mounting holes to mount to your sight. You've got a little bit of adjustment there, about an inch in and out. Obviously the dial on the side, you've got 2 individually adjustable pins because I've got the dual pin sight. This thing can be adjusted left and right, so you can set how far you want your pins in, and then obviously they can be adjusted independently of each other. This looks way better than the product pictures online. I'll show you one of those here. So this is a much cleaner setup. Right here, this is your 3rd axis adjustments. They've got some small lines inside for you so that you can make some small adjustments there. On the inside, this is your locking lever. You can then put a secondary sight tape in here, or a primary, wherever you want it to be. Same thing, individually adjustable pins. This whole thing, all this is adjustable and can move to match whatever you need done there. On the front, this is where you're going to find the 2 screws for the 2nd axis adjustment. And then for the feature that I think sets this sight apart from most of what's on the market, especially at its price point. This locking lever allows you to have toolless micro adjust both vertically and horizontally. It's got some good clean clicks, both directions. And when you're done, you just lock it down and it stays in place. Absolutely awesome for the price. Up front we got the dual pin, because this is the Duo. So you've got a fixed 19 thousandths pin, and then you've got a micro adjust 2nd pin in here. That's adjusted with this little screw right there. And you'll notice if you look deep inside there, let's get that close, there's a pointer and then there's some indicators back there on that pin. What that's for is after you've got a sight tape established, if you've just sighted in the top pin, you then can come in here, set your 2nd pin where you want it, so on 30, look at these little hash marks to figure out how far that is and correlate that with what's inside here, and it's going to put that pin really, really close. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it will get you to a point where sighting it in and shooting it in will go really, really easy. You do have the option to screw this ring off. You can put a sunshade on there if you need. And kind of the last thing is you've got some really good fiber. The pins are nice and bright, but it comes with a push button LED that is USB rechargeable. Getting this sight set up and sighted in is pretty simple. Obviously going to get it mounted to the bow, get the sight leveled, And then you're going to step outside to shoot. The first thing you're going to want to do is loosen that lock lever and roll the sight all the way to the top and lock it down. What this does is gives you a hard stop at the top for 20 yards. You're then going to use the micro adjust to move the sight and get your 20-yard pin sighted in. Once 20 is spot on, you can then start stepping back as far back as you can shoot comfortably and accurately. So whether that's 40, 50, 60 yards. And then you're going to make another sight mark or another mark there. So after you have your sight marks, you can then go to the sight tapes provided by Trophy Ridge. They've got sight tapes for the inside, and they've also got sight tapes for the wheel. The sight tapes go everywhere from 190 to 325 feet per second in 5 feet per second increments. Trophy Ridge is typically known for being a budget option for bows, for accessories. But I'm going to say this sight punches way above their reputation. You are going to have a hard time convincing me that these sights that cost $400, $500, and even $600 are that much better than this one. Considering all the features this has and that you can pick these up for $230, I dare say this is one of the best sights on the market now. This is going to be a great sight for guys that want an affordable option for things like 3D or tack. And I know a lot of guys will take their hunting bows inside in the winter to go shoot leagues and shoot at spots. Having a micro adjustable front end will make shooting spots so easy when you need to just make little adjustments to adjust your impact. I honestly think this is a dang near perfect bow sight. If I had any critiques, I got a couple little things. A first axis adjustment would be nice, but it proved unnecessary. When I strapped this to my bow, got it leveled up, the rail was perfectly level. Didn't need to adjust it anyways. Having a dovetail option would be kind of nice. I know that costs a little extra though, so it'd probably drive the price point up. The bubble inside is a little small. In some lighting conditions, I found it's hard to see. So a bigger bubble would be nice. And the last thing, kind of small, is the adjustment pins on the back for the wheel. I wish they had a little more range to them. But other than that, I've been very happy with this sight. I've had this sight for a few weeks. It's set up really easy. It's been a pleasure to shoot. I really need to get out to the 3D course with it. Now for the adjustment, it's got more than I need. I'm shooting 60 pounds, 29-inch draw. My hunting arrows are 550 grains. So with this setup, I can shoot 20 to 80 with my top pin before I start running into clearance issues, before I start hitting these. I got boning heat veins on these currently. It's a great bow sight. Go check it out.